Alright, time to film my most controversial video yet. Because if you've done any research at all on dreads, you've seen that there's a debate between whether to use wax or whether to not use wax. And before I got dreads, I did a lot of research on like what I was going to do, and I took the no wax side. And I'm pretty strongly follow that side. I will say right up front that I know some people who used wax and their dreads look great. I'll say that. But their dreads look great now that they've had them for a year and a half, 2 years. You know what I mean? Like, because even if you use wax, like in the long run, no matter how you do it, like your dreads are good as they get older. They just look better as they mature. That's just how dreads work. But I believe in the short run, or like first year or something, I think that wax makes them look nasty. Just being honest, I can see when someone because I can just look at someone's dreads and I know how long they've had them. I know what method they use. I can I've gotten to know dreads well enough that I can just look and know. And like you can tell when someone just got their dreads 2 months ago and they used wax because it just looks waxy. It looks like it's just kind of glued. It doesn't even necessarily look like locked up. It looks just like they glued it together and they're just like no loose hair or anything. It's just perfect, but it's not a cool perfect. Not like wow, those are perfect. It's like there's no flaw to that, and it creeps me out. That's how I feel about waxy dreads. They look waxy. Beyond that, there's other issues. Like, these are things I've said. I don't even know if these are 100% true or not, but whatever. Um, I've been told it slows down the locking process, which with this explanation, it makes sense, though, because, I mean, dreads are knots, and that's created by movement. And wax is holding it in place, so there's not movement. Does that make sense? And then this one is true. Everyone I know who has used wax, their dreads smell like crap. It just like any like smells in the air like just kind of hold into that wax and it just smells bad. So those are some issues. But my main problem with wax is I think that it shows a lack of research and a lack of patience. I believe the lack of research because anyone who's interested in dreads, gets on Google, like how to get dreadlocks, and the first thing it takes them to is Dreadhead HQ's website, and Dreadhead HQ encourages you to buy all their products, which you don't need, and their wax and stuff. And so when I see people use wax, I assume they just went to Dreadhead HQ, so they did like no research at all, just did that, and I believe it shows lack of patience because. I mean, I can openly admit that when you first get your dreads done, they don't look great. That's just true. They get better as they get older. So at first, they don't look great. And so when someone uses wax, it's like wax may make it look better, like right at first. But that's why it shows lack of patience to me. Because if you do it with no wax, yes, your dreads are gonna look great, like as they get older, but they may not look great, the first few months. And so people using wax are trying to avoid that. And it's like I think that you just have you need to have the patience. You need to be able to stick it out. So I am against wax. I'll go back and say, like I said, I've seen people who have awesome dreads with wax once they're matured. But I think wax should not be used. I think if you're gonna get dreadlocks, I think the right way to do it is just naturally with no products. Because I mean, that's like a whole dreadlock thing is like it's natural. So I think if you're gonna do it, then don't put products in it. I just don't think wax is the right way to do it. I don't know. I mean, you're gonna see cleaner dreads when people use wax, like no lumps, no loose hair and stuff. But I like that about my dreads. I like that they are natural looking, that they look real. Like the waxy look. I'm not a fan. And so I know this is going to be a pretty controversial video. I'm going to have a lot of people commenting on here talking about how wax is good and all this crap. But this is what I believe. And so these are this series of videos is just for me sharing from my experience. I've had my dreads for a little over a year now. Just what I've learned in doing my research and having dreads. And I believe that you should not use wax. I think it's the right thing to do. So that's my view on it. For all you wax lovers out there, hope you don't hate me, but that's what I think. So, do your research, form your own opinion, let me know what you think.